So let's look at the first example, and that is under acceptance of a special order. And remember, we said that acceptance of a special order, it is one of the examples of the short-term decisions. So we're going to look at the first example, and it reads: a company produces and sells sports bikes at a standard price of 250,000. So this company originally was selling its bikes at 250,000 per bike. But then remember, we said for acceptance of a special order, a company will get a customer who is willing to buy, let's say, 100 bikes. But then for them, they will be offering to buy these bikes at a price which is lower than the price that this company has been selling their bikes. For example, here, these people, they were selling it at 250,000. But then these people might say that for us, we shall be buying each bike at 170,000. And for us, our major emphasis will be on this special order, because we want to evaluate it and see, should the company accept it or they should reject it. So let's go ahead and read and see what happened. So they are saying the cost per bicycle is as follows. So they are giving us the cost that the company was incurring to manufacture these bikes. So we're having the direct materials, we're having the direct labor, we're having the manufacturing overhead, we're having the production, then we're having the total production cost per bicycle. But then the first thing that we should note before we proceed, when we are evaluating these decisions, we only consider the variable costs. We don't consider the fixed costs. So we shall only consider the variable costs. So we should note that as we continue. So there is another information given to us. They are saying the variable portion of the above manufacturing overhead is 6,000 per bicycle. So in the above costs that I had talked about, where we had the manufacturing overhead, they are saying that out of this, they are saying 6,000 is variable. So meaning we shall consider the 6,000 when we are making our analysis. Why? Because 6,000 is variable in nature. Let's continue and see. The company has received a special order from a sports club, supply them with 100 specific. Can summarize and say the selling price per bicycle is 180,000, and they are telling us that these people are willing to buy 100 bicycles. 100 bicycles. They are willing to buy 100 bicycles. And like I told you, when we are making this analysis, we measure it based on the special order, or we base on the price of the special order. Because remember, at first when we were reading the question, they told us that these people were selling their bicycles at 250,000. This 250,000 won't include it in our analysis. So this is what we are going to do, and this is what we are going to consider. So meaning, it means that with this selling price, I can get the sales. Because like I told you, we are going to get the sales. Then after getting the sales, we less the variable costs. So when you get the sales minus the variable costs, we are going to get the contribution. And it is on that contribution whereby we are going to base our decision. And remember, I told you that we shall accept the special order, or the company should accept the special order if there is a contribution. And to get that contribution, it is going to be sales minus the variable costs. So we shall come here and say sales, which is going to be 180,000 times 100, because this price is a bicycle, and these people they wanted 100 bicycles. So it means we're going to get this times this, which is going to give us 1.8, which is going to give us 18 millions, which is going to give us 18 millions. Then from there, we're going to say less variable. We're going to say less variable costs. Less variable costs. And we have the variable cost in our question. And we have the direct materials. So we shall come here and say direct materials. Direct materials. And the simplest way to identify these variable costs, anything that is direct in nature, those are the variable costs you get. So we have the direct materials. And direct materials per bicycle, it is 86,000 per bicycle. So meaning to get the overall, we're going to get 100, which is the number of bicycles, times the 86,000. So it's going to be 86 times the 100. So which is going to give us 8.6 millions. Which is going to give us 8.6 millions. So we shall not put them on the same level. We shall put this whatever here, 8.6 millions. Then we're also having the direct labor. It is also a direct variable cost. Direct labor. And the direct labor per bicycle, it is 45,000. So it is going to become 45,000 times 100, which is the number of bicycles. So which is going to give us 4.5 millions. Then again, we also have the manufacturing overheads. But these manufacturing overheads, they are not variable costs in nature. But then there is somewhere where they gave us a statement. They told us that the variable portion of the above manufacturing overheads is 6,000 per bicycle. So meaning 6,000 out of the 51,000, which is the manufacturing overhead, is the variable. It is variable in nature. So I'll come here and say variable. I'll come here and say variable manufacturing overhead. So which is going to be 6,000 times 100, giving us 600,000. Giving us 600,000. So let's continue reading the question and see. They are saying the order would have no effect on the company's total fixed manufacturing overhead costs. The modifications to the bikes consist of welded brakes, welded brackets, hold radios, handcuffs, and other gear. These modifications would require addition 17,000 per bike in incremental variable costs. So what does it mean? It means that this one is also a variable cost. So we shall come and also record it down. And we shall call it modification. We shall say modifications to the bicycles. And they are telling us it's 17,000 per bike. So it is going to be 17,000 times 100, giving us 1.5 1.7 millions. Let's continue reading the question and see as we get what we need. They're saying, in addition, the company would have to pay a graphic design studio of 1.2 millions to design and cut stencils that would be used for putting the logo of the club and other identifying marks on the bikes. So when you look at this one is not a variable cost, so it is fixed in nature. So we won't include it here as we are getting our contribution. So we shall bring it down. So this fixed cost, we always bring them down after calculating the contribution. So meaning here the variable costs are done. So what we do, we shall come and get the total here. Then the total we get, we shall put it here and less it from the sales to get the contribution. So when you get the total here, when you put it on the calculator, when you get 8.6 millions plus 4.5 millions plus 600,000 plus 1.7 millions, you're going to end up getting 15 millions 400. 15 millions 400. And we shall put it in bracket to show that we are lessing it from this. So we come and get this minus this. So it is going to be 18 millions minus the 15 millions 400. And it is giving us 2,600,000. So this one becomes our contribution. This one becomes our contribution. It becomes our contribution. But then in the question we had an element of fixed costs, and it was only one, and it was one, and it is 1.2 millions. So we shall come and say less fixed costs. But then when we are making the decision, we shall based on this contribution you get. So we're going to less the fixed cost from this one to get the net profit. But as we make a decision, we shall base on this contribution. So we shall say less fixed costs. So we are saying we now less the fixed costs. And when you check in our question, we have one element of fixed costs. And it is the one that was paid by the company that was making the special order. So we can say, we can call it graphic design studio. But then it was paid by the company which is making the special order. Can say graphic design studio costs, and put in bracket paid by the company making a special, or just let like this, a special order. A special order. And how much was it? It is 1.2 millions. So we come and put it here, 1.2 millions, and we put it in bracket. And when you put it on the calculator, when you get 2.6 millions minus 1.2, it is giving us 1.4 millions. So this one becomes our net profit. This one becomes our net profit. So meaning we shall be required to make a decision based on this computation that we have made. So we come here and say decision. Come here and say decision. So we shall say, what is the name of this company? We shall say the company should accept the special order since benefits exceed costs. Or in simple terms, since there is a contribution, since benefits exceed costs. Since benefits exceed costs. So regardless, when you check here, at first this company was selling their bikes at 250,000. They were selling their bicycles at 250,000. But then, in the special order, this part saying that for them, they will be buying each bicycle at 180,000. You get it? So we have now calculated and we found out that there is a contribution or benefits are exceeding costs. So regardless of this, whatever of this price, for us we shall accept the special order.